A celebration across Lorcana marking the end of a conflict and beginning of a new chapter. Today, we are opening Shimmering Skies. Let's go! Welcome back to Lorcana Afternoon, friends. And we are getting right into Shimmering Skies. This is set 5 from Lorcana, and it was released back in August of 2024. This was the first set that included Brother Bear, and you had Wreck-It Ralph, the Anna, Elsa, Olaf, as well as a lot of the racers with this set. Yeah, so right into this, we have Tanana, I believe, Tanana, yeah. Then we have Pete, Robin Hood. You'll notice in the background here in the sky how it's shimmering. It almost looks like an aurora going on. That goes through this entire set. Maleficent, Took, yeah. Duck for cover. Taffeta, Mutton Fudge. So one of the racers that is in the set, talking about that. King Candy. Magical Aid, Elsa's Ice Palace, and this had a really cool, I think it was not a promo, but it was either on the prize wall at one of the DLCs. Amazing artwork on that. You know, maybe we can find it, put it up here. The card's just stellar. And then Prince John. Foil, Shield of Arendelle. We have our gateway. Throwaway. Get rid of that. All right, kicking us off. We have the boss. Clarabelle. So this is your shift target, Clarabelle, which in this set there was some really cool legendaries. However, none of them were dare I say, stellar, right? The light on her hoofs, that was the Clarabelle. That this one here is the shift target 4. That is still about the most relevant card that we have in the meta. Outside of that, there is Prince Naveen. I want to say there was the Mufasa. Anyway, we have Kanai, Minnie Mouse, Kronk, Try Everything, Bashful, Ed, looking like a fool, Yzma for our first rare, We Know the Way, the second rare, and our foil, we have another Ed. So, yeah, so some of the other legendaries that were on this, there was Anna, the Diplomatic Queen. That still gets used in a lot of discard decks, like your Steel Emerald. The Prince Naveen, he's still used in Steel Song. And then Maribel, not so much, a little bit here and there. But, you know, that was your Set Champs promo, that the Enchanted promo that came along there for anyone placing a top 8. Oh, we have Break V, another Clarabelle, Rotosphere, Healing Decanter, The Queen, Sneezy, so a lot of dwarfs too in this set, Fix-It Felix, Simba, not a bad card, Robin Hood, then first rare, Iago, Fake Flamingo, funny card, Vanellope Von Sweet, so this is the card that the enchanted Vanellope is, I believe it was her first enchantment that she got. And then we also had the D23 box promos that came out at D23. She was also in that one. And then our foil is a Simba. So as far as enchanteds go with this, the real chase enchanted, if you will, is the Mufasa, Ruler of Pride Rock. And we will definitely throw that up here on the screen. Yeah, I believe the card at this current time is like somewhere in the 200s. Yeah, it's a gorgeous card. That was the thing about all of these Enchanted set, is that they are all very vivid, and it was new, full art. It was the very first set that they had done that, and it's supposed to be because it was a celebration of finally beating Ursula. So we got Merlin, Evil Comes Prepared, Benzie, Gale, Minnie Mouse, the Boss, Taffeta Mutton Fudge again, all funned out. The Library, pretty awesome amethyst card. A lot of people use that in their, if it's not that, it's Sorcerer's Tower, I believe. But there's two that are used out of this, out of the amethyst locations. Then Sheriff of Nottingham. So this is one of the rares that still gets a little bit of play. It was getting a lot more play before Hiram got banished recently. And our first legendary, we've got Jafar, tyrannical hypnotist. So, and then for our foil King Candy, not bad. So, yeah, coming up, there is releasing here in 2025 is the Reign of Jafar. And then after that, Fabled. Not trying to get too far ahead of ourselves, but yeah, a lot of people are excited for Fabled. You know, us at this channel, pretty excited for Jafar as well. And also what comes along with it. So it'll be a very big set for the lore or the story behind Lorcana. So if you're into that, you're going to love that. We have Basil, Radigan, Ed, looking like a fool, Cogsworth, Fix-It Felix, Royal Guard, Ruby Chromacon, all funned out, Bruni, a super rare Mother Gothel. All right, should be a legendary. Nope, another super rare. We got Kronk. And for our foil, it is a foil Rhodosphere. Okay, so we leading off with Break Free, Obscure. Wow, I really butchered that one. Merlin Turtle, Fix-It Felix, Chica, Chica, Cha-Cha, sorry, Rudy, Fix-It Felix again, Stitch, Clarabelle, Prince John's Mirror, not bad, Pride Lands, and for a foil, we have a foil, Don't Let the Frostbite Bite. Yeah, so a couple of call-outs with this set additionally, and then, you know, back half of this thing, we'll start really moving through these. We got the boss. Is that when we first had this set come out, a lot of people were very excited. Archimedes, so current meta, set 7 we're in, I believe. Yeah, it's a pretty heavy evasive since Mr. Hiram has been banished. But this set had a lot of the dwarfs like we had mentioned. So Doc right now is probably the biggest rare in this set that you can get. Priced somewhere between $15, I think it's $12 to $17. And the foil going upwards of $25, $30. Just depending on when you find it. Maid Marian, Bashful, Ed, Radigan for our first rare, Maximus, super rare, and a foil, super rare, the Queen. Very cool. So then we have Chicha, There was another rare that's pretty decent. And then we already saw here the Sapphire Sheriff was recently in the meta again, is being pretty decent because of the amount of ramp that was able to go. You were able to get up to that, I believe it was 9, that 90 that he would cost. But yeah, Vision of the Future, still very relevant card in this meta. The boss again, Clarabelle, Hypnotic Strength, Kenai, Happy, Scar, Hideaway. I always like using Hideaway to ramp up. King of Hearts. Pete's our first super rare, second super rare, the Queen, and then a foil Vanellope Von Sweets. How cute is she? How cute is she? Okay, so the Enchanteds for the set, we already mentioned Mufasa. There is also Scar. So personal favorite, Scar looks awesome. We'll post up here. Love the color on that one and the design. Then the Snow White Fair-Hearted, a gorgeous card, really is. You know, we mentioned Vanellope, the Olaf Happy Passenger. So it looks like marshmallow, just giant ice ball there. Cha-cha. Break Free. Clarabelle again. Wow, we have probably a playset already right here of Clarabelle. Healing Decanter. Dopey. Another Taffeta Mutton Fudge. Pacha. Mally. Badnon. Donald Duck for our second legendary. Pie Slinger. So one thing that we can call out, this was the very first set that had this raised type of embossing over the character. So the character itself had a like an extra embossing to start to drive out some of the counterfeiting that was going on, and then a foil Obsafir. So yeah, this was the very first set that they did it. Glad that they did it. You know, you still can use proxies that wouldn't have it for maybe local leagues and so on and so forth. But yeah, the embossing on these was the very first time on this set. So yeah, it's like a raised texture on just certain parts of the artwork. So all right, we're going to speed up through this and start looking at the last 3. All right, so we're going to do the trick here on out. We have Basil's Magnifying Glass, Queen Centaur, and then a foil Rancis Fluggerbutter. And we have Blast from the Past, Genie. Yay! It's a pretty awesome looking Genie. Again, the legendaries look great, but just not too many of them. The best one, again, is Clarabelle, the best legendary of this set. And then we have a Food Fight. All right, we have Rafiki, Prince Philip, and a foil Scrooge McDuck. A beautiful card. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so friends, we have a giveaway going on right now. We're wrapping up. I think that we're right at or just about at 80 subscribers. So when we hit that 100th subscriber, we are giving that away. See our other video for that. We have Royal Tantrum. This is my favorite Enchanted, actually. Personally, it's between this and the Scar, but the Royal Tantrum is just, you know, Prince John standing and, you know, throwing a fit on top of some money. there's that dock. That's the one that's worth a bit of money here. And then all funned out for our foil. So yeah, friends, if you're still here with us, give us a like, a subscribe to the channel, and you'll join our giveaway. We do giveaways here at various milestones within our subscriber base, and then for every comment that you have in there or like videos, you get an additional entry into our giveaways. We have a foil turbo. That's really cool. I'd never given that any type of a notice to that card, but foil, yeah, it's pretty cool. And if you have a personal favorite from this set, shoot us in the comment what your favorite card is from Shimmering Skies. So, kicking us off, Wreck-It Ralph in this pack, remember who you are. And then a foil Anna. All right. And we got a half Hexwell Crown. Vanzi Shenzi foil. Legendary. That's a neat card. All right, let's go. We have Wrestling Champ Pete. Then Minnie Mouse. And a Snowana Rambo. We are down to our last 7-pack, so we are over 2/3 of the way through here, and yeah, we are sitting at three legendaries. None of them are foil, so I can't remember the hit rate on Shimmering Skies if it was 5 a box for legendaries. Guess we're gonna have to see with this one. Metamim. Okay, so the Metamim here is still very much used as a part of the balance system within a lot of your amethyst, amethyst amber, and amethyst like ruby setups. And then a foil. You're welcome. Okay, we have Revive. Then a super rare Grumpy, looking all angry there. And a foil Maribel Madrigal. So this card it's really cool, but it just doesn't get a lot of play. 5 inkable cost. 5 strength, 5 willpower. You can't play this character unless you have 5 or more characters in play. And then she has 5 lore. So, beautiful card again. Another beautiful card. Especially here in the foiling. Pretty awesome. But, yeah, with it being part of the set champs. And I think that set champs enchanted was, I want to say like $30 maybe. Just a lot of people just sold it because it wasn't very playable, but cool card. Maribel needs more love. That is for sure. Maribel needs more love. All right, we have Kristoff, then the Great Illuminary, and a foil Merlin. This is where I want to be right now. I want to be absolutely in my beach gear with a big old beard, ready to rock it out on a beach somewhere. How about you, friends? Maybe down in Florida, Disney World, getting my Epcot on, having a Mai Tai or two, something like that. That sounds fantastic. Sounds absolutely great. And if you're not 21, then getting your kitty cocktail on. So, okay, we have Sherwood Forest, Mally, the super rare, and Healing Decanter is our foil. All right, we are down to our last 3 packs here. You know, we'll go right with Donald. He's number 1. Donald's number 1. And, yeah, then we'll get in. So, one last shout out for anyone that likes, you know, nerdy facts, that this set was actually the, one of the very first times they had over 5 combinations of cards that actually played into one another. So very much like how you can see these two looking at each other. They had like, what was that called? Sequential artwork, where you can put multiple cards together, and it is one illustration that they broke up into multiple different cards. So just a fun nerdy fact. And yeah. Oh, Don't Let the Frostbite Bite. Shenzi again, and a foil Mickey Mouse. All right, we're finishing up with Maui. He's my fellow tattooed brother. So, our last 3. And we have the big heavy hitter, Gaston, pure gum, Namari, and Amethyst Chromacon. So, love this card myself in my Amethyst Amber deck. Use it as part of my draw engine. It's a cool pull. All right, we're in our last pack. We'll do every single card on this one. Our Gateway Throwaway. We'll get rid of this one. And a couple quick shout outs. You know, shout out to a couple of our subscribers out there that continue to comment. Rex, you know, appreciate all the stuff that you throw out there. Very nice chatting with you. All right, we have Chaka, Radigan, Ed, Rotosphere, Vanellope, Hey, Maleficent, Ludwig von Drake, Bruni, Coda, Mother Gothel, and a try everything to wrap us up. So, yeah, in total we got just 3 legendaries plus the foil legendary, but that doesn't count within the hits, if you would. So, yeah, this was pretty spot on for the set. Again, Shimmering Skies, this is what you got out of it. It was a fun set to get into. Added in a lot of like good base playing cards that you can manipulate, but still nothing that was you know, trend setting or a big game changer like the more recent Arcasia's Island. So thank you all for watching. Give us a like, comment, and subscribe, and as always, have a fantastic Lorcana afternoon, my friends.